Welcome back to the channel, and if we haven't met before, I'm Nicole. Today we're talking about a word you might come across if you start learning about website accessibility, poor. Now, I know that probably sounds like another techie acronym, but stay with me. Poor is actually a simple way to think about whether people can actually use your website or not. It stands for perceivable, operable, understandable, and robust. Those are the four main principles behind accessible websites. And instead of thinking about website accessibility as a long list of confusing rules, poor helps us ask better questions. Can people access the information? Can they move around the website? Can they understand what to do? And does the site work well with different devices, browsers, and assistive technology? So let's break these down a bit more. Let's start with perceivable. Perceivable means people need to be able to notice and understand the information on your website. That sounds obvious, but a lot of websites accidentally hide important information from users. For example, if you put sales information inside an image, but there is no helpful alt text or plain text nearby, someone using a screen reader may never know what the sale is. If your text color is too light against the background, people with low vision, aging vision, or color vision differences may struggle to read it. If you post a video without captions, someone who is deaf, hard of hearing, or watching without sound may miss the message completely. The main idea is don't rely on only one way for people to get the information on your website. Next up, operable. Operable means people need to be able to use your website. Not everyone uses a mouse. Some people use a keyboard, some use voice commands, some use a switch device, some use touch, or other assistive technology. So your website needs to work in more than one way. This includes things like being able to tab through the page, open menus, click buttons, close pop-ups, submit forms, and move through slideshows without a mouse and without getting stuck. A common issue is a pop-up that appears on screen, but the close button cannot be reached with a keyboard. For a mouse user, that's not a problem. For a keyboard-only user, it can completely block them from using the rest of the website. On to understandable. Understandable means your website should make sense. People shouldn't have to guess what a button does, where a menu went, or how to fix a form error. Your navigation should be consistent. Your buttons should have clear labels. Your forms should explain what information is needed. And if someone makes a mistake, the website should tell them what went wrong and how to fix it. So for example, a form error that just says invalid entry isn't very helpful. Invalid where? The phone number, the email address, the date field? A better message would say something like, please enter your phone number using digits only. That gives a person a clear next step. Lastly, robust. Robust is the principle that sounds most technical, but here's the truth. Your website should be built reliably that works across different browsers, devices, and assistive tools. This is where the structure of the website matters. A website might look fine, but behind the scenes, it might be a complete mess, making it impossible for your website to be used on different devices or with different tools. That can affect things like headings, buttons, forms, menus, and page structure. So robust doesn't mean your site needs to be fancy. It means it needs to be built on a solid foundation so more people and technology can use it. So let's bring this together with an example. Imagine a retail business is running a big holiday sale. They add a colorful graphic to the homepage with the sales dates, discount code, and other important details. They also add a slideshow with featured products and a contact form so people can ask questions. At first glance, everything looks great, but here's where accessibility problems show up. If the sales details are only in the graphic, someone using a screen reader will not get that information. If the slideshow moves too quickly or cannot be paused, some visitors may not have enough time to read it. If a pop-up appears and the close button cannot be reached with a keyboard, some people may be stuck. And if the contact form has vague error messages, people may not know what needs to be fixed before submitting. That one sales page may look beautiful, but it will still keep people from taking action. Now, what happens if we apply poor? For perceivable, the sale details should be available as real text on the page, not just inside the image. For operable, The slideshow, pop-up, buttons, and form should all work with the keyboard. For understandable, the form labels and error messages should be clear and helpful. For robust, the page should be built with proper structure so browsers and assistive technology can understand what everything is and how it works. That's how Pour works. Pour gives you a simpler way to look at your website through your customer's experience. It helps you move beyond asking, "Does this look good?" and start asking better questions. Can people get the information? Can they use the buttons, menus, forms, and links? Can they understand what to do next? Will the website work for people using different devices and tools? When you look at your website this way, accessibility starts to feel less like a mystery and more like good communication, thoughtful design, and a better user experience. And that will benefit everyone who visits your website. That's the goal, a website that looks good, works well, and doesn't leave people guessing, stuck, or excluded. I hope this quick overview was helpful. If you'd like more information about how to make your online presence more accessible, check the description below for a link to join our newsletter, where we share easy to implement tips and tricks about digital accessibility. And until next time, go out there and make it more accessible.